There's a gap in the market to cater for nice, well-made African dishes. Money, if you spend money on something, you should get your utility value of money spent.
That's right.
We always want to get it right. African dishes have come to stay. Sjayz will definitely going to be a brand in UK and the world over.
Honestly, I must say that you have a lovely place here in the name of Sjayz. Could you just give an overview of what Sjayz is all about, what they do,
It's
the things that...
my kids' names.
All right.
I've got two kids. My daughter is named Samantha, and the boy is called Jason.
Okay.
So we tried to, combine the two names.
Yeah.
Well, luckily Jason got the bigger part of the name too. So, but yeah, SJ stands for Samantha and Jason's.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So before now, have you been into the food industry before, or it's just the first time?
No, not really. It's the first time I'm going into the food industry, but I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
Myself and my missus, we are teammates, and we're partners in business.
Okay.
So we've had other joint businesses that we've done. But a couple of years ago, we decided that it was enough time to venture into this industry, because we kind of realized there's a gap in the market, to cater for, proper, nice, well-made African dishes, cuisines, to cater for the African community and for, the other people that are quite interested in African dishes. So we found there was a gap for that, and then we decided that it was time to, venture into that industry.
Oh, that's great. That's a good one. The journey of an entrepreneur is not an easy one. What really inspired you to get into this sort of business, knowing that this period is just a time, that is so hard for everyone, the economy is so down. Recently, I was listening on BBC, there's this couple, they ran this kind of business, but they recently shut down due to the harsh economic situation. So what inspired you to, go into this sort of business, this period that things are so bad?
Well, we are not really people that, that take no for an answer, or that feel that's a challenge that cannot be, overcome. And, having run a business prior to this one, we know that there's, if things are done properly and done nicely, that you will always thrive. Now, in the food industry, before opening up Sjayz, we've been around, myself and my missus, we go around a lot, and then we've been to restaurants here in London and outside London, and we've, seen the level of service delivery, and, the standards, the delicacies that come out, and then we found out that most of these businesses do not thrive for long, probably because they're not delivering, as they should to the public or to their customers that come in, because there should be, there should be money. If you spend money on something, you should get your utility value of money spent.
That's right.
And when you don't get your utility value, there's no coming back there again. And you see, this industry, food is a very delicate kind of business. People get very touchy when they expect, that are going to get this kind of, the service delivery, the presentation. And when any of those falls short, definitely they're not going to come back to you. So having put all that into perspective, we felt that it's something that we can handle. It's something that we can achieve. Right. Because Sjayz took off quite a couple of years to come up with the concept, come up with, a business model that we think, will thrive. Regardless of what the economy is. Yes, the economy is bad, it's gone downhill, but then people want to eat.
True.
And then because they want to eat, they expect to have, good dishes. They want to, if they're having to pay X amount of money, they want to have, the utility value of that offering. And so we've, taken time to make sure that, we present our food nicely, well done. That way people will want to come to you.
That's quite impressive. I like that. So let me ask you, what inspired the location, Orpington?
Prior to our choosing this location, we've been around, we took our time to do a feasibility study, to know exactly the African restaurants around here, because we live in Kent, not far from here. And so we tried to find out, what are the African restaurants around here. And then we noticed that there was a gap in the market here, because Orpington is centrally located. Orpington, you've got Sjayz Restaurant, you've got Sidcup, you've got Bromley, you've got Croydon is just about half an hour from here. And in all these locations, they don't have, we're able to see a good African restaurant that's like a proper dine-in with all the ambience that you can visually see. And so we felt that we needed to come in here. And also there's a lot of the catchment area, which is the black population around here. It's quite significant. That's and then we've got a lot of other people, from different parts of the world, but English, Asians, Mexicans, Turkish, living around the neighborhood. And as you can see, people are, beginning to experiment. I want to use the word experiment into other people's dishes and everything. And because we noticed that there was nothing of such existing in this location, we felt this was the place, the right place to set this up. And we made the decision, and then that's it.
I used to think that people don't really actually, value, would I use the word value, or tend to like African dishes, people from other races, not African people. But I think recently it's beginning to, people are beginning to appreciate what and the sort of food we serve to the world.
Absolutely. African dishes, have gone global. I want to use the words gone global. We've just been open for just slightly under a month, just about a month we've opened. And then if you look at have an analysis of, the customers that walked into the doors. When I mean customers, I mean like people that have just, probably seen us in TikTok or Facebook or wherever, or through the flyers. A significant number of people from other, races, have walked through those doors. I've had, white couples, British people come in, and they're very excited to try our dishes, the jollof rice, which is very popular among them, the jollof rice, the pepper chicken, and the fish, the grilled fish that comes with, garnished fish with yam and plantain, and they're all excited, when they have them, and they always want to come back. If you look at it within a week, I have about 4 or 5 people of diverse cultures walk through those doors to try our food. So that's an indication that African dishes have come to stay, and people are appreciating it. People are go out of their way to try it. So there's a lot of potentials.
That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. Well, that leads me to the next question I'm going to ask you right now. What can you just give me a brief? Let me just run me through your menu, the things you serve.
Right. We do the jollof rice. We do coconut rice. We do the proper African dishes. Like delicacies like ishewu. We do nkwobi. We do nkwobi. We do abacha.
Oh.
We do oba.
Wow.
We do ukwa.
Wow.
There's a delicacy. It's an Igbo.
That's quite interesting.
Oba. We do what's it called, akra, fried akra.
Really?
That's correct. We do that. Pepper soup, assorted tilapia. We host. There's hardly anything that you would want to have. That's African dish that we don't have here. Really? This is a home away from home. We've brought Nigeria to Orpington.
Oh, that's quite interesting, honestly. I'm really impressed. For me, basically, I like to see people as an African restaurant, go global. When I mean global, every nooks and crannies of the world, I want to see African restaurant. That's good.
Yeah.
What were your fears before or going into this sort of business?
I wouldn't actually want to say fears. I'd rather say concerns.
Concerns, okay.
And that all bordered around, putting things together, putting this place together, because, it's different when you're in control of things, your plans. Yeah. But then when you have to dedicate some of those plans in the hands of other people, at times it might be frustrating because they might not probably be going at the pace that you would ordinarily would have wanted it to go. So that was my concern. And then, my another concern was, now listen, myself and my wife, we are very particular about what we do. We always want to get it right. So we were like, we need to get it right. We need to make sure that all the boxes are ticked correctly, and our delivery has to be top notch. So that was, I would say, concern, but it wasn't fear.
Right, that's good. That's good. I'm sure you'll agree with me that the industry is quite competitive.
Right.
What are you doing differently, to make your customers want to come back? Because customer retention is the key. It's key to every successful business.
Absolutely.
Is there anything you're doing differently from your contemporaries that would want to make a customer want to come back?
I would rather say that we want to be consistent in the standards that we've set out with.
Yep.
There should be a consistent progression, so to say. We want to make sure that our dishes come out the way that is expected. We want to make sure that the waiting time is kept at the barest minimum. We try to get feedback from our customers as regards how well we're doing. Is there something we're doing rightly or wrongly?
Yeah.
Is there what they want us to improve on? And all those we put back into, making sure that their satisfaction is guaranteed. Because when their satisfaction is guaranteed, they are definitely going to make a return.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's true.
And then it's, there's something I tell people, you see, it's about, social media is good, but at the same time, the key thing is word of mouth. Why would I say that? If, for instance, I look through, maybe I scroll through my TikTok and I see Sjayz Restaurant, say for instance, and with all, the publicity and everything, I decide to come have a look. And I walk through those doors and I sit down here and I make an order, and I'm having to sit down maybe say for 15 minutes before a waiter comes to ask me what I want to have. And then I'm going to have to wait for another, maybe God knows how long, to wait for the dish to come out. And at the end of the day, the delivery and the satisfaction is not there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come back here.
Yeah.
But if, for instance, I've been here myself and I was served on time, the food came out the way I had expected, I will go out and I'll tell you, listen, you want to go try out Sjayz Restaurant because I've been there and I was satisfied, everything went well. You will want to come there because I'm like referring you. Definitely. I'm telling you for sure, I've been there.
Definitely.
So that way, once everything is in place, the process, the systems are in place, you're definitely going to retain your clients, and then you're even going to break new grounds.
In fact, honestly, I would say that that's one of my concerns when it comes to some African restaurants, because they will keep you waiting for so long.
So long, yeah.
And obviously, at the end of the day, you just. So I think it's a good thing that you have that consistency, you have that drive to at least want to make your customers come back, which is a good thing. That's a good one. And I would say that they say the sky is the limit, the sky is large to contain everyone. Knowing that your business is quite new in comparison with other African restaurants. Did you think you got into the industry early or late, knowing that it might be a problem, having to get a market share of the industry?
I personally don't think that way. Reasons being that the market is big enough, for everyone. so long as, I keep saying, so long as your service delivery meets the expectations of your customers. Okay? There's always room for growth.
Yeah.
So we believe in that SJ's will definitely going to be a brand in UK and the world over. And we are prepared, and we've got things in place to make sure that there's consistency in what we do, to make sure that we remain there. People have been here under 1 month, and I know what feedback we've gotten, which are, which are very favorable. And that makes us know that we are going to consolidate more at what we're doing, keep at what we're doing, and then the rest will be history.
So regardless of the time,
No, I don't think the time is a problem. There's always, whenever you start, there's always a starting time in whatever you're doing, regardless of the industry you're into. But what matters is, what is your vision for this business? What are your plans? What models have you put in place to make sure that you remain and consolidate? So that is basically what we're looking at, and that's what we're working towards.
Oh, that's a good one. In terms of social strata, who are your customers?
My customers basically are anybody that's discerning enough to want to try an African dishes. Yeah. And who wants a good ambience, who wants a wide range of delicacies to choose from, then that is my target audience.
That's good.
And I'll tell you, we've got this special delicacy. It's like, we call it dorime.
I was going to ask you. I was coming to that.
Yeah, you're coming to that.
Yeah,
it's like a maze. We've got different, different portions, small portions of everything that we do. Like, the traditional Nigerian little delicacies. All right, and it comes in a big platter. Okay, so basically, in that platter, you've tasted almost everything. Yeah.
Honestly, I saw that when I was researching about you.
Yeah.
At your restaurant, and I was like, oh, this must be the one for me. Honestly, I was like, one day I'm going to make time to go and have this.
Yeah. And we're very generous with the portions as well. So
it was honestly, it was looking so big. I was like, I hope it's going to be this big. By the time
it will be. Yeah, it's standard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because it's still about, it's about satisfaction, customer satisfaction. Because if that falls short, like you said, people don't survive. In business, if there's no customer satisfaction, definitely you're not going to survive. So at the end of the day, what we want is to make people happy. We want you to be happy. We want you to be satisfied that you're spending money. Because no one is happy not to spend money and then you don't get, that value that you want.
Customer satisfaction.
Yeah. So that is number one for us.
As an African living in the UK, what were the peculiar challenges you faced setting up this business?
Probably with, myself and my wife, we've learned through the ranks, more like, so, this is not the first business that we're running. So probably we've learned our lessons, and we've also, gained the experiences and skill sets, that helped us, to navigate through, but like I said to you, the greatest challenge was having to, depend on other people, other skilled people to handle some certain things, because, maybe if it was yourself doing it, you would have done things differently or faster, but then because, it's someone else that's handling it for you, you have to go at the person's pace. So basically that is it. And then we have to deal with compliance. It's not like setting up a business elsewhere in the world, in the third world countries. You have to make sure that everything, everything is in place, paperwork, everything has to be in place. So, we went through all that work, for us to set this up. But we're happy that, we're able to pull it, and
Yeah, seriously, I love the place. The moment I got in, I was like, this is it for me.
That is the
It's
idea.
quite spacious, the ambience so lovely, you know. I really love it.
Sjayz is here to make a statement.
I believe so, because what I've seen, honestly, I'm quite impressed.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, what are the challenges you face every day in your business? Because obviously, there's no way you will succeed without facing challenges in life.
Oh yes,
And,
yes, definitely. You know, most of the challenges that come as an entrepreneur is most times your expectations might not work out the way you want to work out. It could be funds. It could be funds. It could be, you know, getting things done quicker than they should, in terms of, you know, just like you're applying for maybe an extension of license or whatever you're doing. You know, generally because you're the one on this other side, you want things to work quicker than they should. But you know, there's like a cycle, you know, that things have to go through, you know, and which you don't have a control over. So you still have to, you know, watch and wait things go through the way they should, the channel that they should. So that's part of the challenges, you know. And then it's not like most of the time you don't really get enough support as ordinarily you should get, maybe from your, you know, resource, you know, banks, from all that. But you know, all these are things that happen every day in business, but we still learn to, you know, navigate through them, and then, you know, to get your desired, you know, aim achieved.
True. Well, as a new entrant in the industry, what strategies would you employ to you know, for marketing and promotion of your business? Because it's key. Promotion and marketing is quite key when it comes to that.
Yeah, we've got handlers, you know, in the social media.
Okay.
We've tried to, you know, create an awareness, you know, about Sjayz Restaurant and Wine Bar, you know, to showcase, you know, what offerings that we have, what, you know, what you stand to enjoy or gain when you visit Sjayz, you know, and we're also trying to break into, you know, the corporate organizations to see, you know, we can, you know, host events and all that, to make from that way, you know, people get to know Sjayz, get to know our offerings, and then that should be able to help us. And then key, you know, is to make sure that, you know, our service delivery, I can't go away from there, I can't stray from there, you know, because in this industry, the delivery, your service delivery is paramount to your success. Service delivery, consistency, because people wouldn't want to come in today and they have a different experience, they have a particular experience, and then the next time they come around is entirely a different experience that probably will not meet their satisfaction. So that becomes a problem. So we need to make sure that there's consistency in whatever we do, in terms of our cuisine, in terms of, you know, how we treat our customers, in terms of what we do with the feedback that we get, you know. So we listen to the customers and then walk around what the customers' expectations are to make sure that we meet, you know, what they want.
Customer satisfaction.
Customer satisfaction.
That's right. I'll ask you, Sjayz honestly is a lovely place. What is the projection for Sjayz in the nearest future?
To be honest with you, we want to consolidate on Sjayz Orpington.
Okay.
When we consolidate, the market will determine what we want to do. But it's going to be, you know, at the end of the day, we want Sjayz to be a brand that will have outlets, that will have presence in the different parts of England. That is our projection. But as we speak today, we want to consolidate. When we consolidate, we can expand.
Yeah. Well, that's good. For a serial entrepreneur, what is that thing that that advice that you want to give to someone who is aspiring to be like you, or entrepreneurs who are struggling to stand on their feet in their chosen careers or fields? What advice would you want to give to such people?
Basically, I want to say that we should stay focused, have a vision, have a roadmap, and then believe in yourself that, any journey that you intend to start will definitely get finished. But we should have a clear vision of where we're going to, and we then stay focused.
Right.
And then definitely we'll achieve, the goal.
Whatever they want to achieve.
That's correct.
They say, what kills ideas and dreams are procrastination.
Absolutely.
Lack of not taking action, or not taking action at the right time, among many other things. One entrepreneur said to me that the difference between a successful entrepreneur and those that are not successful is the fact that they took action the time they took action. So what is that thing that someone watching this video will take away, that will propel them into, going all out to achieve their dreams?
I'll tell you what, you've said it all. Procrastination is not good for you as an entrepreneur. You have to take the bull by the horn. If you have in mind, if you have a plan about something, start with it, put it down, put your vision down, have a roadmap, and get on with it. Find out what is the first step that I need to take to achieve this. What possibly are the challenges that I might, face. When you have those written down, you can now find a solution to those challenges, and then you can start. But when you let the challenges kind of, overwhelm you, you're never going to start. So first of all, what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve? What possibly could be deterrents to my achieving these goals? Once you be able to identify what the challenges and the deterrents are, then you can now begin to find solutions to those. And then you're moving on it. So you scale the hurdle as you go.
Oh, that's quite interesting. I love that. Finally, what is the best part, or what do you love most about this business?
To be honest with you, what makes me happier doing this business is when I stay behind the counter and I see my customers, having fun, eating, enjoying their meal and the dishes. When they're leaving with smiles on their faces. That means that we've done something nice. We're looking after them and they're making them happy. And then, that goes a long way to show that we're doing something right. So that's what makes me happy, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Obasi, thank you so much. I believe that people watching this video obviously will learn one or two things from your entrepreneurial journey, because you've shown that you've been there, you've done it all, and I believe they will learn one or two things that will propel their journey as well. Thank you so much.
I hope that happens. I hope that happens, and I wish everyone well.